Peace, y'all. Jonny Fastlane here. So, Lil Uzi Vert still retired, and Lil Baby about to go on tour with Blueface. Plus, Juice WRLD talks about writing his own rhymes. Let's talk hip hop. Hey, watch this. Hey, I can make it broke boys watch this. Watch this. Hey, yo, let me tell y'all something, right? Every single new album that comes out, Lil Uzi Vert got a feature on it, right? Every time I go on Instagram, Lil Uzi Vert dropping a clip to a new song, right? Yet he talking about he's still retired, right? Yet Eternal Atake ain't coming out still, right? Like, he talking about, yo, the record label's holding me back. I really wish I could drop it. Then he's like, yo, this song right here that he just played, right, was a clip, right? So he's like, yo, this clip right here is mad old. I've been recorded this. He's like, I'm not coming out with no more new music, right? But I do want to release the old music that I've been had, or the stuff that was in the stash, or, you know, whatever the case may be. I'm like, boy, if you don't cut all that, like, yo, we know you not retiring, right? We know that you need to make money. You mad young, right? You just got in the game. You talking about retiring, right? But I get it, man. It could be one or two things, right? So maybe he's like really upset with the record label, right? And he's like, sort of like what Lil Wayne did, right? So Birdman did not want to give Lil Wayne his money on the back end. So Lil Wayne said, I'm not dropping Carter 5. I'm keeping it. I'm holding it hostage, right? Because he's having issues with the record label. So Lil Uzi Vert could be doing something like that, where he's like, yo, I'm not even dropping it until I get the right money, the right paper, the right, compensation. Maybe he wants, access to his masters. Who knows what Lil Uzi Vert is holding out for? It could be one of those, right? Or it could be a situation where the record label, they don't think that he's hot enough right now to drop it. But Lil Uzi Vert is probably like one of the hottest rappers in the game right now. You know what I mean? Like, what more do you want, Maybe the record label, they're looking for like another EXO tour life. And so they're like, nope, go back into the studio. Nope, you're not ready yet. Nope. And Lil Uzi Vert's like, yo, I got all these songs. All these songs are hot. I played the clip on Instagram Live. People love it. My fans love it. They're feeling for it. They want to hear that song. They want to hear the album. And the record label's like, nope, we need another EXO tour life until you bring us one of those. Peace out. And then he's like, you know what? I'm quitting. I quit. But it is crazy, man. I just want Lil Uzi Vert to drop the album already. But honestly, I don't think that he quit, because he's still moving around like a rapper. He's still giving interviews. He's still, popping up on IG Live. He's still previewing music. The only thing is that every time he previews music, or every time he pops up on IG Live, or every time he does anything, he has to remind you that, hey, I'm retired. I'm not rapping no more, but I just want to give y'all the music that I already recorded. So it's funny, it's crazy, it's weird, stop teasing us, just drop the album already, Eternal Atake. And this is classic, man. Jay-Z did this once upon a time. There's so many rappers that said, yo, 50 Cent did this before. There's so many rappers that said, yo, I'm gonna retire, and then turn around and then drop more music. You know what I'm saying? So this dude ain't retiring no time soon. I'm sure of it. Yo, this is fire, right? This is like one of those tours like I will go to, right? So this is called like the New Generation Tour, right? And like according to like the poster and like what I've been seeing and stuff like that, it's like Lil Baby's headlining this joint, which is crazy, right? Like Lil Baby is QC, right? He's like one of those new hood dudes. If I could like really compare Lil Baby to anybody, I would say maybe like Young Jeezy or something like that. I think like, Lil Baby's from Atlanta, so is Jeezy, and he got that same like hood kind of feel, but still kind of melodic. Dope artist, good album, got a good head on the shoulders, young, came in the game with money. So he ain't really about all that clout chasing and beefing with people and trying to get hot just to get bread and nothing like that. Like he seems like a dude with morals, so he ain't gonna go against like that, his own moral fiber, just to sell like some records, right? But the cool thing about it is because he's like such a real dude, a stand-up dude, even though he's young, he is selling records. You know, so he don't really have to go against his own morals. He just got to be himself, which he is, and that's dope. And that's kind of like what the whole camp over there at QC is, you know, quality control, right? You got the Migos over there, you know, those dudes are stand-up dudes. You got Yachty over there, who ain't about no funny bunny stuff. You got, of course, Cardi B over there, who's, you know, hard body. So, you know, I think that is going to be dope. So, yeah, so Lil Baby is headlining the show, right? And then they got the City Girls, too, that are going to be there at the show, too, which is dope, right? Because City Girls are also down with QC, right? City Girls are hot. Damn near every song off their album is a single, from Act Up to Innocent White Face on Twerk with her. The song with Cardi B. Do it, baby, bust it, baby, did it, buddy, did it, baby. You know what I'm saying? Like, all these songs, like, they on fire right now, so it's dope. And then Blueface is gonna be there too, right? Yo, this is so smart, right? So the name of the tour is called the New Generation Tour. I'm lying? You got the City Girls, you got Lil Baby, you got Blueface, right? Like, you know he gonna be like, bust down, Tatiana. Hey, I wanna see you bust down. You know what I'm saying? You don't talk about that, but you gonna respect my crippin', you know what I'm saying? And all them other joints that he got, right? So, you know he gotta do Tatiana like 10 times, but he do got Dead Lokes. He gotta respect my crippin'. You know, I'm sure he's coming out with other stuff. And since the City Girls are gonna be there, you know, Cardi B, she's down with QC too, so I'm sure she's going to pop up on a couple dates. It says actually that they're going to be some special guests, right? So obviously when they come to New York, which is like in April, you know, Cardi B is probably going to come out, right? She got a song with the City Girls, with that song they got together. She got that song with Blueface, Tatiana, you know, so she'll probably come out for both of those two, you know what I'm saying? So I think that this is gonna be good, and hell yeah, yo, the New Generation Tour, alright, so these the new niggas, like, you know, there's mad new niggas, right? But when I look and I say, okay, like, who is really going to, like, really step into the future and carry that torch of hip-hop, and you tell me it's gonna be, like, a Lil Baby, or the City Girls, or Blueface, I'm like, cool. You know, I fucks with Lil Baby and the City Girls, hard body, you know what I'm saying? Blueface, I fucks with him too, but he's newer than both Lil Baby and the City Girls, so I haven't heard as much from him as I heard from the other guys, but so far, what I'm hearing from Blueface is pretty dope too. Video proof of me not needing anyone's help to make hit songs. I have my own brain and creative playground. That's something God gave me that no one could take from me. Then he goes on to say, I don't need anyone to write shit for me. I freestyle my whole album by myself. You know, I'm not knocking anybody who has writers or anything, but I can't sit here and not get all the credit that I deserve, right? So this is Juice Wrld, right? And this is fire, right? Because nowadays in hip hop, a lot of rappers don't really care about if you write your own rhymes. A lot of the fans in hip hop really don't care if you write your own rhymes too, as long as the song is hot, right? And I'm kind of like Juice Wrld. I'm not knocking anybody who has writers, but at the same time, that's not how hip hop started, right? So Juice Wrld is like one of these new generation people, right? So right now he's on tour with Nicki, but if he wasn't on tour with Nicki, then he definitely should be on the New Generation Tour with like Lil Baby, the City Girls, and Blueface, because Juice Wrld is a spitter for real, right? So of course, you know, Juice Wrld can come out with a hit song, right? Of course, Juice Wrld can kind of sing and be melodic and sound, you know, 2019, right? So obviously, he has that song, I still see the shadows in my room, blah, 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 da, 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 doom. You know, he got that song, which is super commercial, right? But then he's also the type of dude that'll go up to Hot 97 Funk Master Flex and freestyle and body that shit, right? He's the type of dude that would go up to, you know, Tim Westwood and literally rap off the top of the head for an hour. Bop, 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 bop. You could throw things at him. Shoe. And he start rapping. Yo, my shoe is too big. You know I stay jig. You know it stink big. Whatever the case may be. Like, Juice WRLD is a spitter, right? And he be freestyling off to the top of the head. And he's done this more than one time where I've literally seen him sit there in the studio and freestyle for an hour, 60 minutes straight, just spitting off the top of the head, right? Fire. Somebody like Lil Flip used to do that back in the day, right? Lil Flip, artist from Texas, and people don't give him his respect, but Lil Flip be bodying them tracks, right? And he freestyles too. So Juice WRLD is on the same thing and explaining how, look, I'm the person that writes my own stuff. I come up with my own stuff. I do my own stuff. I don't need other writers in the studio to contribute, right? Like, I'm creative and I have my own brain, which is dope, right? So back in the day, hip hop started out like, if I'm telling you about my story, I'm talking about like I'm Biggie. I'm on the corner. I was hustling in Bed-Stuy, right? But this dude wrote it for me. Then that was the dude that was on the corner hustling in Bed-Stuy, not me. You know what I'm saying? So I want to hear your story. And if you wasn't on the corner hustling Bed-Stuy, then I might as well just listen to this other dude, right? But it's kind of different now because you got somebody like a Cardi B who don't really write her own rhymes, but she is spitting her own life. So her person, you know, Fontaine, he's just sitting there like, okay, he knows her. So I know that you was in a strip club. I know that you run down on a bitch. She almost pissed on the leg, you know. I was there when it happened, so I'm gonna just write it. And then when she spits it, she spit it with so much conviction because that's really what she did. And that's really her life and everything. So I get that part, but me personally, I like rappers who write for themselves, right? And Juice WRLD is one of those rappers, but he doesn't really write. He actually freestyles everything, which is even doper, right? Jay-Z started that. Jay-Z be like, yeah, your boy, I get in the studio, one take, Jay, you know, and then he'll just get in there and start freestyling. Then ever since then, everybody wanted to freestyle too. Lil Wayne started doing that too. And then when Weezy did it, you know, the whole new generation of rappers was like, I'm not gonna ever write nothing. I'm gonna just get in the studio and freestyle it. Now, Wayne is talented enough to do that, right? And so is Jay-Z, but not every rapper is talented enough to do that. And that's why you got these rappers coming out with trash, because they're like, bro, I don't even write. I just go in there and freestyle. So you got half of the people who talk mumbo jumbo and they just go in there and freestyle. And you're like, why is that even hot? Why do people like it? It's a vibe. And then you got the other half of the people who are spitting, but they got ghostwriters. You feel me? So, you know, then there's some people that write their own rhymes, you know, like, you know, Juice WRLD and a few other rappers. So I don't know, do y'all care about writers? You know, do y'all care about rappers even writing their own rhymes nowadays? And let me know what y'all think about everything else. Follow me at Jonny Fastlane on everything. That's Instagram and Twitter. That's JONNY Fastlane on everything. And y'all already know what to do. Peace.